This is Brian Wright, CEO of New Patient Group, and today we're going to discuss competition in dentistry and really understanding who your true competition is, because once you do that, that's how your practice is going to achieve its ultimate success. And that doesn't mean you're not successful now, but it means that no matter how successful or non-successful you currently are with your practice, until you really understand who your true competition is, you're never going to achieve your absolute maximum goals or success that practice could have. So let's talk about competition in dentistry. Talk to doctors all the time, and they tell me that the dentist down the street is my competition, or it's an orthodontist who is really frustrated at the dentist down the street who does Invisalign because they believe that dentist shouldn't be doing Invisalign. And in many cases actually have a hatred towards that dentist who does Invisalign at levels that most people would not even believe. And yeah, other dentists doing certain things that you do as well, I can see how that would entice somebody to believe, okay, that must be my competition then, when in reality it isn't. And the key is understanding consumers and what's going through consumers' minds when they enter your practice. And again, it goes back to how our belief of consumers do not value dentistry, and they view it as costly, elective, painful, and unnecessary. And because they don't value it, who your true competition is every type of business that is selling services or products that consumers do value. Best Buy, the auto dealership, flat screen TVs, family vacations, the list goes on and on. Because what's always going through your consumers' minds all the time, whether they're inside your practice or outside your practice, is where should I spend my money? And even when you prescribe a treatment to them that they easily could afford, many times they're still not going to do it because they don't necessarily value that treatment. And that's the same patient that walks out your door, goes to Best Buy a week later, and buys a $3,000 flat screen TV. Why? Because they understood it and they valued it. And if you're always focusing your efforts on, hey, how do I overcome and market against that dentist down the street, you're really missing the boat. You're missing all kinds of opportunities. What you really should be focusing on is how do I put value on every step of the patient appointment, from the time they hit our website to the time they decide to pick up the phone and call us, to the people answering the telephones. Every single step of that appointment, and the appointment starts way before they actually enter your practice, but once they get to your practice, the value has to continue. It has to happen in every step of that patient appointment to put value on something that they don't necessarily value whenever they came to your practice. And once you put value on something, then of course they value it and they're able to understand it, and they're going to purchase from you at higher levels. But once again, your competition, and you really need to shift your focus if you think your competition is another dentist or an orthodontist that thinks it's a dentist just because they're doing Invisalign. It's not your competition. Your competition is yourself, making sure that all your internal marketing, all your systems protocols are in place. Your employees are operating under those protocols at high levels, and understanding that you have to put value on every step of that patient appointment to get them to buy at the highest levels. Because remember, say this one more time, it can't be said enough, your competition is not another doctor. Your competition is every single business that sells a product or service to consumers that consumers value. And think about that for a while, because once you do, you're going to be able to truly market your practice and put things in place at your practice that's going to skyrocket your numbers unlike anything you've ever seen. And forget about the other doctors and what they're doing. Literally, you could put 8 dentists in a row, literally one by one on a street. And if you were the one that had your internal marketing right, your systems in place, the highest trained employees, your online marketing right, you would never have to worry about one thing they're doing, what prices they're charging or whatever it is inside their doors or outside for that matter. Just get your stuff right and make sure that value is being put on every part of the patient appointment that they currently probably do not value, based on the fact only 50% of the nation even goes to a dentist. Accomplish that, you're going to grow at record levels.